November is looking to be the biggest month for new VR game releases we've had so far this year. And in today's video, there's 20 new VR games coming I think you should all know about. And as always, let me know your thoughts down in the comments, which games you're looking forward to most and what ones you're likely to pick up. And if you enjoy the video, leave a like and get subscribed for more VR content. Of Lies and Rain, which is already released on Quest and PCVR, is coming to PSVR2 on November 4th. It's got a lengthy campaign with a weapon and character upgrade system, a Tron-like realm packed with intense platforming, and the devs have been hard at work improving the game ever since it released thanks to player feedback on the other two systems, so I'm hoping the PSVR2 version will be the best it can be for the release. Forefront is coming November 6th in early access to Quest and Steam with 4 maps, and after heavily playing both the alpha and beta, it's been one of my favourite VR games to play online this year. It supports 32 players with tanks, helicopters, jet skis, quad bikes and destructible environments. There's going to be 20 plus weapons available with multiple upgrades to unlock. There's unique class gadgets and 2 modes called Rush and Conquest, and I seriously just can't wait to get back into it. Rush Apex Edition launches on PSVR2 November 6th with 90 plus remastered tracks and 10-player multiplayer that sees you all race down mountains, staying as close to the ground as possible to pick up some intense air and speed. There will be full support for haptics, so I'm really hoping the headset rumble is put to good use here. There's going to be a native 90Hz refresh rate for base PS5 and 120Hz for owners of the PS5 Pro. An interesting looking VR game called Battlemarked VR 2 is coming to PCVR on November 7th. You get to command a fleet of starships from the deck of your own flagship. You get to explore an open world galaxy, trade commodities, mine asteroids, hunt pirates in the hopes of expanding your fleet, and there's also online persistent multiplayer. Escape from Hadrians Wall is coming to Quest and PCVR on November 10th, and I recently played the demo and I came away unexpectedly impressed. You play a prisoner in the fortress of Hadrians Wall. You escape and take on lots of puzzles, but it's also a magic card turn-based combat game. I found the graphics very impressive for an indie game and the puzzles were inventive, so now I'm looking forward to playing more when the game releases. On November the 11th, we finally get our hands on Lumines Arise on PSVR2 and PCVR, and I've said it before, but Lumines was one of my favourite puzzle games on the PSP, and knowing what an incredible job Enhanced Games did with Tetris Effect for VR, I have nothing but high expectations for it. You'll journey through 30 stages of sensory wonderlands ranging from lush jungles to the buzzing streets of Tokyo. This version of Lumines will also feature a new burst mechanic, a single player mode, a multiplayer mode, and challenges. Glassbreakers Champions of Moss is coming November 13th to Apple Vision Pro, PCVR and Quest, and it's a real-time VR strategy game. You control a squad of 3 champions on a hex-based board, and the goal is to smash your opponent's glass before they smash yours. You'll have 12 champions to choose from, at least at first, each with their own unique abilities, so building the right team and mastering timing is key, and then you'll also unlock new champions and cosmetics along the way. Hotel Infinity is coming to PSVR2 and Quest on November the 13th, and this one is all about exploring impossible spaces in your own play space. You'll walk through twisting hallways, shifting rooms, and gravity-defying architecture without using teleport or thumbsticks, which is ideal for anyone who suffers with VR motion sickness. And the whole game is built around room-scale play with procedurally generated environments. You will need a minimum of a 2 meter by 2 meter play space, and hopefully some of you have played T for God back in the day on the Quest, which also featured the same technology, and if you haven't experienced it, it's something you just don't forget. On November the 13th, we get Tracked Shoot to Survive for Quest 3 from the same developers who brought us Green Hell VR. You crash land your plane after being shot down by smugglers over Canada, and you play a character called Alyx Hart, who is on a mission to save his sister from drug smugglers using bows, rifles, and scrap-built gear. You have to track down and hunt wildlife, craft items on the fly, and is yet another game I'm really looking forward to reviewing this month. Syberia VR is coming November 13th to MetaQuest 3, and this is a remake of a very well-received flat-screen puzzler that sees you take on the role of Kate Walker. She's a lawyer caught up in a mysterious journey to find the genius inventor Hans Vorarlberg. As a fan of point-and-click adventures, I am intrigued to see how this one unfolds in VR. Vail VR is getting a new mode called Extraction on November the 14th on PCVR and Quest. It's the biggest update to the game yet and introduces a new extraction mode in early pre-alpha, and by the info I can find, it will only be available to Vail Alliance subscribers, but I'm honestly not sure what that means. There's a brand new quarry area in the Citadel, a new competitive map called artifact Frio, and the entire game has been upgraded to Unreal Engine 5.5 for better performance on the Quest. Meta's last big exclusive for 2025 is Marvel's Deadpool VR, and it's coming November 19th exclusively to Meta Quest 3 and 3S. In my first impressions, I was able to use all of Deadpool's abilities, like his parkour moves, including wall running, sliding, double jumping, slicing people into literal pieces with his signature katanas, and the guns felt awesome. There's also going to be plenty more unlockable weapons, and the comic book style graphics looked excellent, and it was surprisingly violent. It's also priced at an eye-watering $50, but I'm looking forward to doing a full review very soon. Thrill of the Fight 2 is being fully released November 19th on Quest. This is the sequel to VR's most authentic boxing experience, and it's about to hit its full release with multiplayer and finally a single player campaign. It's got fully customizable avatars, skill tests, and after playing it in early access in multiplayer, I think this is one boxing fans should be really excited for. Demeo is crossing swords with Dungeons & Dragons for Battlemarked, and it's coming November 20th for MetaQuest, PSVR2 and PCVR. It's a tactical co-op board game where you can command heroes through Neverwinter Wood shadows using spells and blades in turn-based gameplay. You can pick either Paladin, Sorcerer, Ranger or Rogue classes with their own unique abilities. You'll be rolling dice for those critical hits and draw cards for combos. You can play this game solo or squad up with up to 4 players. And Demeo is actually one of those games I really enjoy in VR, so I'm hoping, and by looking at the trailer, this is going to be everything I loved about Demeo plus some extra. Pause is finally coming to PSVR2 on November 25th after releasing on PCVR a few months back. It's a short liminal backroom style experience with no jump scares, but it's beautiful, haunting, and it feels incredible to explore. The Amygadala Protocol is coming to Quest on November 29th, and it's a survival horror puzzle game set in the mysterious Crestwood Institute. You play a detective investigating the disappearance of a neurologist, and it spirals into a conspiracy with dark and unethical experiments and a creepy atmosphere with puzzle solving and plenty of mystery. Flight Unlimited is coming to Quest at some point in November, and it's aiming to be the first fully fledged flight simulator built entirely for standalone, and it promises 10 aircraft with fully detailed 4K HD cockpits and realistic flight details, and you'll be flying everything from a Boeing 747 to a C-130 Hercules. Iron Guard Salvation is coming to PCVR in November, which I reviewed a couple of months back on PSVR2, and I really enjoyed it. It's a tower defense game, but with a twist, where instead of just clicking and pointing to make things happen, you actually take control of a small ship that can also deal damage. There's over 25 different turret types, and during the battles you'll have to manage harvesters and resources to build up your battle points. Each mission spans different planets across the solar system, where you have to defend cities and outposts. Iron Guard Salvation also features leaderboards, adjustable difficulty, and a massive campaign. Maid of Skier VR is a first-person survival horror coming to PCVR, PSVR2 and Quest later this month. Set in a remote hotel with a dark and bloody past drawn from Welsh folklore, this game is meant to test your nerves and your silence. Armed with nothing but a sound device, you'll have to use stealth to survive against the quiet ones, and these enemies hunt by sound. It's set in 1898 and inspired by the haunting tale of Elizabeth Williams. The game mixes psychological and gothic horror with a deeply unsettling story of family torture and the supernatural. And finally, Zero Caliber Remastered should be coming to PSVR2 this November, and if the port of Zero Caliber 2 Remastered to PCVR was anything to go by, we should definitely be excited for this one. We can look forward to improved visuals, better animations, more responsive gunplay, and you'll take on military missions solo or in co-op using a massive arsenal of customizable weapons, and the shooting already felt great on PCVR. The devs have confirmed advanced haptics, eye tracking in combination with foveated rendering, and headset rumble. Well, that's all I've got for you today. Thank you ever so much for watching. Remember to like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.